Watson, welcome to Inside South Florida. A pleasure to have you on the show today.
Oh, so good to be with you.
Yes, I'm jealous we're not together because I much would rather be looking at that beautiful background you have. But speaking of the beach and vacation, what should people consider when they are planning a vacation, particularly as we excitedly approach National Plan Your Vacation Day?
I know a lot of people think it may be fake behind me. It's not, I promise. I'm here at Margaritaville Beach Resort on Fort Myers Beach. It's the beautiful Gulf of Mexico behind me. The music is getting going here, and it's a place that just smells like vacation. Okay, there is a smell to it, right? So some things to consider. You want to be realistic with that budget, right? We don't want to talk about money, but you can make it happen here. You want to know, how can I really make this a realistic dream? So get that budget down and then think about what type of vacation you want to plan. Is it just hanging out at the beach behind me, sinking your toes in the sand? Do you want to maybe be more active and get some hikes and kayaking in? And then also other things to consider is ease of travel. How are you going to get here? Do I need to rent a car? And, if you're flying in or out of somewhere, think about those airport options as well.
And if that background is not enough to convince us to visit, why would you consider Fort Myers the perfect escape?
Well, what we like to pride on ourselves here is the nature. It is 50 miles of this behind me of shoreline, and we have a wide variety of different kinds of beaches, believe it or not. And we're not far from you, just a straight shot across the alley. So we can kind of get to experience these different parts of Florida, which is really nice. Also, we have 100 different islands in this region, which I don't think a lot of people realize. So island hopping, getting out on the boat, making the waterways part of your transportation is really fun. And we like to connect with that nature and really relax, de-stress, and just reconnect with yourself. And you can do that through places like Jan Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge, the 6 Mile Cypress Slough Preserve, that's in Fort Myers. Walking down the historic roadways of Bonita Springs is another option. And the Wonder Gardens, that's another beautiful outdoor area. We love to be outside here.
On top of that, are there any other experiences or events that visitors can hope to enjoy during their visit?
Yeah, and we are the seashell capital of the world. We, as in Sanibel Island, I should say, is the seashell capital of the world. And there's the one-of-its-kind Seashell Museum, the Bailey Matthews National Seashell Museum there. So that's one thing you can do. Also, I mentioned kayaking. There's plenty of ways to get out. Lots of different outfitters who want to take you out. So if you're a first-timer, don't fear, don't fret. There's plenty of pros in the areas to make that a beautiful experience. And then a lot of different festivals happening right now. It's the best time to be out and about. So every weekend you will find some kind of an art festival with local or regional artists to pick around and just stroll through the areas and maybe bring home some nice trinkets.
And just as we wrap up a little bit on our end, Miriam, can you share any recent accommodation renovations and maybe updates that have been made, as well as those who aren't local watching this, direct flight options that are available as well?
Yeah, we're happy to report seasonally, of course, we're now in season, so there's a lot of different direct options, even if maybe you're watching from Chicago. You've got people in town in Miami from Chicago. If you can't drive over, we're just a quick 2.5-hour drive, again, across Alligator Alley or US 41. And because it is season, there's lots of direct options. So Detroit, Chicago, I mentioned Boston, all of the Northeast pretty much, and heading out west. Plenty of options and easy ways to get here. The accommodations have also seen a lot of updates, which has been great. The sundial on Sanibel is one of my personal favorites, and everything is brand new. And here at Margaritaville is just 1 year old. So they just celebrated their 1 year anniversary. So you'll be able to experience a lot of new resorts and hotel experiences.
Well, Miriam, it sounds like they've got something for everyone and many ways to get there. So where can we go for more travel and visiting information?
I know it's a lot of information to take in, right? But go to visitfortmyers.com. You can get some inspiration there, even plan out an itinerary for whatever kind of trip you're looking for.
Awesome, Miriam, thanks so much. A fellow local SoFlo, but from the other coast, joining us in Inside South Florida today. Thanks so much for all the info, and hey, I might meet you there one day.
I'd love to. I've got a seat waiting for you. Come anytime.